I wonder how much of that you'll leave in. I won't try and change the tone too much, but we are back in the laundry room, boiler cupboard.
Warm, innit?
It's warm. It's always so warm. I'm not sure that it can be not warm.
I'll tell you what, if this was after season 5, I'd be in my pants.
Why?
Because of after season 5, I'm going to be ripped.
Because you're lean. Oh, I like that. I like
I'm
that.
going to be lean.
You're going to be so lean.
Yeah, I'm going to be sat
Don't care how big your pants everywhere.
So put me in, end of season 5, I'll be here greased up.
Season 5 be 2020?
Greased up with a pair of wrestler pants on.
with a ring name and a new career.
Juicy written on my butt.
Well, I was going to ask about goals, but no need to get into that.
Yeah.
I'm joined by Phil Sorrell. He formerly of Green Team fame and now still of Green Team fame.
Yeah.
Saves on buying new kit.
That's it. Yeah. Although we are getting a new kit eventually at some point. So. Which I'm quite looking forward to. So.
These sexy designs.
Yeah, it's got a little something.
So Phil, obviously I had the pleasure of playing with you in season 1 and 2 on the Green Team.
Yeah, I had a few weeks off through various injuries, but yeah.
Bit of a wobble.
Yeah. Knees, dodgy old knees.
Old knees?
Oldish.
Are they oldish?
They're over 38 now, aren't they? So they're going.
Oh wow, okay. I didn't want to measure at 38, not a day over 29.
I'll tell you what, if I do this and hide the ball back, I look young as.
Young as.
One of my favourite ever moments was after playing football before, and I was in my club tracksuit, so back in my slimmer, handsomer days.
Back in your wrestling days.
Yeah. And I had my club, club tracksuit on, baseball cap. I was with my younger brother, who at the time I think he was only about 19, maybe around that kind of age, and we both just played for the same team. Went into the shop, thought I'd go and get some beers. So went in there and I got ID'd.
Oh, what a moment.
And then I did the whole, look, and she said, it's too late, I've already asked you.
Yeah.
I was like, what? And she was like, because I've already approached you, I have to.
I like it when people
stick to that to get it. Yeah. So I then had to turn around to my 19-year-old brother and go, got your ID on you? And he went, yeah. I was like, can you buy me beer?
Technically, she shouldn't have gone through with that sale because.
No, I know she did because obviously she'd seen the bar.
Yeah, fair enough. I don't know if that's a law, but I like that. If you're watching,
shout
out
to Margret at the Cwmbran.
Was it Margret?
I have no idea.
You remember it so well.
It was so long ago.
Kept in touch.
Yeah. I send her a birthday card every year.
So, what was it that drew you to Man v Fat in the beginning? In the beginning.
So I mean, in the beginning, I've kind of since the age of 4 or 5, kicked the football. I was never really any good at it, but I was always able to read the game and understand the game. And thankfully, as a kid, I had a bit of an injury to my right leg, so I learned to play football with my left leg.
Thankfully, you had an injury.
Yeah.
Spoken by a man who's had many injuries.
Yeah, with a calf, bit of neck. Spent half my time in hospital as a kid from injuries. So I learned to play football with my left leg, and I've just always loved football. And unfortunately, when 8 years ago now, when I was playing, so it was a half decent level of football, but I had a really nasty groin injury, and it just kept repeating over and over and over. And it was one of those, I've always been a big eater as a kid. As a kid, as an adult, I've always excessively ate. But I was able to deal with it because I was football 90 minutes on a Saturday, football training once, twice a week, 5-a-side another 2 times a week. I was in the gym most of the time when I wasn't playing football. So everything I was doing was it was counteracting that. Then when I got injured, it was around the same time. I hope she doesn't watch this. It was around the same time I met my wife. So I wasn't doing any sport. So I had a nasty groin injury, and it just kept going and going, and it just never got fixed. And eventually, it got so bad that I ended up with tendonitis in my groin, and it must have been about 5 years after it happened. In the mornings, I'd wake up and I'd be in pain getting up. There'd just be like a real sharp pain, and it would take me quite a while to actually get to the point where I had full function and mobility. In hindsight, I didn't help myself. What I should have been doing is still going to the gym and still doing some stuff, whether that was just sitting on a bike and having a gentle pedal, just something. But I just stopped doing everything.
Right. Okay.
So like I said, it was around the same time I met my wife, so we were out most weekends, we were going out, dating.
The appetite doesn't stop, does it? When you
but the
start
appetite
exercise?
didn't die with it.
Yeah.
So whereas before the boys would go, oh, Domino's, pizza, this, that, and I'd go, yeah, right, yeah. Same as I would have done before. But I was still taking in all those calories, but now I wasn't expending them.
Yeah.
So it just built and built and built. And I could see that I was getting bigger, but then I didn't see how big I was getting.
You don't.
And then well, no, and that's it. And then one day I just kind of woke up and it's like, ooh. And I put on probably just over 6 stone.
Gee.
So I'd gone from when I was...
one day?
It just did a day. It's like that. Thankfully my wife stuck around, which was handy. But I had some health issues then, like I've got slightly higher than average blood pressure, which isn't good. So like people have said like, oh, how come you're trying to drop a bit of weight and stuff like that? And one of the things I was discussing with somebody the other day was, imagine the indignity of like, I said I'd be really angry, and they were like, well, you can't be angry, you're dead. But I'd be really, if I could be angry with myself, I'd be really angry with myself if I died due to not being able to say no to a burger, or not being able to say no to some like a bit of chocolate. And I mean, we haven't got kids at the moment, but one day in the future, that is what we hope to kind of have. But like the idea of having a kid and then knowing that you've left them behind, or even my wife or other family and friends, you know, I've got a great friends group as well, and obviously I've made a lot of friends here, and the idea of leaving people behind because you couldn't go, oh, I won't have that extra slice of pizza, or no, I won't have chips again tonight.
That's really powerful.
And I was thinking about it, and like I said, I thought to myself, well, how angry would you be? And obviously I couldn't be angry because I'd be dead. But like, if it's something that's completely out of your control, alright, well, you can't take it again because you're dead. But like, if I was, you know, if I got hit by a bus, that's mostly out of my control. Unless I've decided to take up unless I've decided to try and take up skateboarding and I couldn't stop at the bottom of the hill. But the idea of I can stop myself having high blood pressure, I can stop myself potentially having heart disease in the future, or diabetes, or anything like that.
Yeah.
That I can control. And I've been really lazy with it, and I'll put my hands up. Even season 1 and 2, I probably didn't give it my all, and I really regret that now. Okay. What's quite weird is I don't normally put my hands up to do anything, but this year it was only just like a muck around throwaway comment, but someone went, oh, go on, I vote Phil for vice captain, and it's only a vice captain thing, but you still feel like, well, do you know what, I'll try and lead a little bit by example then. So, I mean, it didn't help that I put on quite a few kilos from season 2 to now, because of that break, and I missed a lot of the cup competition getting through injury. Then you had Christmas, so I came back, and as of just now when I've weighed, I'm down just under 4.5 kilos from the beginning of this season. Yeah, well, 4 weeks. I think it's 4 weeks today, isn't it? This is the 4th game so far.
Yes.
Yeah. So, well, you know, whatever. Yeah, 3 weeks then, isn't it?
3 weigh-ins.
3 weigh-ins, yeah.
And
so
the first week would obviously be like
and the thing which I found that I've done this time that I didn't do previously is planning. So meal preparation and planning what I'm going to be eating in the evenings. So whereas before, I'd kind of go for breakfast, I'd go, oh, okay, well I'll have that for breakfast because that's only 450, 500 calories. Then I go for my lunch, I go, oh, right, okay, well, that's fine, I can have that. That comes to like 800 calories or whatever. So I'm at like 1200, knowing then I'd have like 800 for the evening or whatever. And then you get back and then like something will derail it and something else will come along. And the next thing you know, then you've gone, oh, actually, I've had 2,400 calories now today. So what we've done this time, and my wife is supportive with it as well, is making sure we're planning the evening meals. So I know what I'm having that evening before I even leave the door.
Right.
So in the morning, I know what I'm having at night straight away. My lunch, I've made the night before. So I've been doing just things like chicken, rice, veg, things like that.
Mm-hmm. Standard
Standard diet food, isn't it? So breakfast, I know I'm having, because generally I'm having porridge every day.
Mm-hmm.
Again, great for the heart, all that kind of stuff. And that's one of the things which is always kind of in the back of my mind. So I'm doing my porridge in the breakfast. I already know what my lunch comes to calorie wise, and I've got a good idea of what my evening meals come into. That then gives me those extra couple of calories then to play around with.
Time
So I know breakfast, lunch and dinner comes to 1600 calories. So I've got like a 300 calorie muck around thing.
Mm-hmm.
So if I do get back and I think, oh, dinner's not going to be for like another 3 hours. So if I get back at 5 o'clock from work and Ab turns around and goes, oh, dinner's not going to be until like about 7:30, 8 o'clock. Normally I would then gone and picked and eaten something that was like 300 or 400 calories.
Mm-hmm.
But I've not accounted for that. So then I would have been that 300 or 400 calories over what I was planning for the day. Whereas now I know what I've got and I'll always leave myself
like a bank
account. Like a little overdraft.
Mm.
So I would just leave myself that now, so I can, if that does happen, then that's fine, I can deal with it. But if it doesn't happen, then my deficit is bigger for the day.
I like that very much.
Yeah, so it's working, like I said, I feel, and like I said, I know it's only like a vice captain-y thing, but you just kind of feel like, oh, yeah, okay, if I turn up on Friday and people go, oh, have you done? And I go, I didn't really lose this week, or I've put on like 0.2.
You don't want to be in that position.
I don't want to be that guy.
Yeah.
And obviously last season I had a vice captain and a captain who led by example.
I wasn't vice captain, but I'll take it.
Well,
I'll certainly take it.
Well, you were captain to start, weren't you?
I chatted a lot, didn't I?
Yeah.
I was very chatty. But,
and obviously Champo last season and the season before was fantastic with it as well, and that's what I had seen, and I thought, oh, maybe I can bring that and follow that on into the greens again this year.
You're channeling your inner Champo.
Channeling my Champo, yeah.
Keeping Champo alive in the greens. He's not dead, mate.
No, I know.
It would have been him here, actually.
Yeah.
So what's the goal?
It's a big.
Do you have one?
It's a big goal. So obviously, most importantly, all right, don't get me wrong, the weight loss is nice, and being able to fit in slimmer jeans and all that kind of stuff is great. Most important for me, health.
I thought you were going to say don't die.
Essentially, yeah. So trying to get that blood pressure down and things like that, and get those fitness levels up. Obviously, that'll just go hand in hand with losing weight anyway.
Yeah.
But for me, that's the most important thing. I've set myself some sizable goals. So my main one at the moment, I've got like little monthly ones. I've got something which I want to try and achieve by the 1st of Feb, then I've got something else for the 1st of March.
Good.
Season goal, it's going to be tough, but I'd quite like to get down into double digits kilo-wise.
I love that. I've been so close before as well to that.
Yeah.
It's just always
So that's
yo-yo me.
Yeah, and I know, but hopefully it'll actually get. I mean, most people generally they'll start off with big figures, and then they get smaller. So instead of losing like 2 kilos, you're losing 1 kilo, and instead of losing 1 kilo, you're losing 0.6 or and so on. I think I might actually go the other way. Because the more, so I still get issues with my knees, again, old knees. The more that I drop, the more I feel I'll be able to do.
Right.
So hopefully what that then kind of transpires to is that in maybe 4, 5, 6 weeks time, 4 weeks, 3 weeks, I'll be able to go and do like
2 weeks.
Next week. I'll be able to come back and play on a Wednesday and then on the Friday as well.
Sure.
You know, the amount of calories I burn in an hour playing football, that's all going around. Yeah.
Running is for me still surprising how much ridiculous.
It's ridiculous. So if I can start getting another game of football in and stuff like that, then that's what I mean. So if I can get another game of football in, and then a bit more exercise on another day, then hopefully it should go that way. The amount lost.
That increase your deficit.
Yeah. So amount lost going that way, but obviously weight going that way.
Yeah.
So I've set myself a target that was by the end of the season I would quite like to have. So I've got another 11 kilos to drop.
11 kilos, 9 weeks?
Yeah, it's going to be tough.
It's a stretch, I think, but
I
kilo
think
a week is...
My diet has been better so far, a lot better. Like I said, I'm down 5 kilos in the last 3 weeks. No, what? 4 and a bit, 4.5, just under 4.5.
Yeah.
So if I can ramp that up, like I said, my feeling is that when I get that bit fitter and you know it doesn't take such a toll on the body every time I play football, then I can increase it. So hopefully it will then start shooting up.
99.99 in 9 weeks.
9.99.
I love that. That's great. You should put that on your fridge.
Yeah.
Next to the don't eat cheese sign.
Next to the don't eat cheese.
I love cheese. Cheese is the one for me.
Yeah.
Been with Man for a long time, and I've seen you have loads of great moments. Particularly, your one-touch thunder rockets from the left foot over here and there.
Yeah.
What's been your favourite moment aside from meeting me? Sorry for taking your answer from you.
Well, I just keep coming back to that moment. I mean, there's been quite a few. There was something that green team just had something. You know, and you could tell how close we all were in like every single game. We'd all stay behind, mainly because it was Pep's round.
Yeah, he was around. He was reliable.
Yeah. But like we all were stuck behind, and there was that real camaraderie amongst us. Everybody supported everybody, and people had their kind of ups and their downs throughout the season, and then every time anybody had a little bit of a falter, everybody was kind of there and kind of behind everyone, and that was great. From the very first couple of games we played in that little cup competition.
Do you remember those?
Oh,
wow.
I mean,
who could have predicted what we would have achieved after those 4? You would have
exactly. I mean, we went from barely being able to score a goal amongst us and getting beaten by every single team to then the first season being pitch champions. And I know it's more than the pitch. First and foremost, it is a bunch of blokes trying to lose weight. And sometimes we might lose track of that because of everybody loves the football so much.
Yeah.
But being pitch champions, it was lovely. It was really nice, especially like I said after those first couple of games where we were like, "Oh, this is going to be tough."
I sat down with Jay from the last Orange team a few days ago, as of time of recording, and he was talking about how much they won as Oranges, and they won 5 championships out of the possible 6, and I'm thinking that one. It was a fantastic moment.
It was really good. I mean, season 2 was great as well. I enjoyed that as well.
Goal difference.
Yeah.
Goal difference.
And like I said, I mean, Champo breaking out the
captain's comments. Captain's comments.
Captain comments was fantastic.
That's my favourite Saturday morning moment every week.
Yeah, always look forward to them. See if I got a mention. Never did.
Never did.
Cheers, Phil, for turning up this week.
Thanks,
champ.
You made it.
Yeah.
If we're talking to a fictional man who is thinking about joining Man vs. Fat, but he's not quite sure, he's thinking, oh, I just need some advice about what I should do with regards to my health, fitness. Is this for me? What do you say to that fictional man?
I mean, as corny as it is, just do it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I think if anyone, especially, I mean, there's people who have just got a couple of pounds to lose and might just need that motivation. It's for them. There's people who have got kilos and kilos and kilos to lose. It's for them. It is genuinely a program that is for everyone. It's inclusive, apart from obviously really skinny people. It's not for them.
Don't come in my door.
Yeah.
Stay out there.
Don't you come in here with your abs and six pack. It's for everyone. Everyone. It's proper inclusive. Everyone is welcoming. You know, there's people who are, like you said, there's people who've got kilos and kilos to lose. There's people who have got just a couple of pounds they might want to lose, but like I said, they just need that support and that extra bit of a push, because obviously, you know, sometimes people don't like to take accountability for their own stuff. I'm one of those. I find it a lot easier if I've got accountability for something. I'm more likely to do it. So if I've got to turn up and go, oh, this is what I've done this week, and people go, oh, what have you doing that for? You know, that kind of thing. I'm more likely to stick to it. If somebody just went, oh, how'd you get on this week? And I just went, oh, I just didn't do very well. There's nothing to kind of be pushed. So people who need accountability, people who just need a little bit of a nudge, people who want help with it, people who aren't quite sure how to do it, just even if you want to just come down, have a little look at it, chat to a few of the boys. If there's anyone out there who thinks, oh, is it not, just get down here.
Come and see.
Yeah.
Come and see. Phil, thank you very much for joining me in the boiler room.
I would wish you well, but I'll wish you well after this match we're about to do now.
Indeed. Well, not good luck, in which case.
Yeah.
See you again.
All the best. Cheers, Bill.
And the music kicks in.